Section 61 of the World's Best Poetry, Volume 10, Poetical Quotations. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Craig Franklin. The World's Best Poetry, Volume 10, Poetical Quotations. Section 61. Wind, wine, wisdom, woman, youth, zeal. Wind. Yet true it is as cow chews cud, and trees at spring do yield forth bud. Except wind stands as never it stood, it is an ill wind turns none to good. Tusser. From the properties of winds. Ill blows the wind that profits nobody. Shakespeare, King Henry VI, Part 3, Act 2, Scene 5. Pure was the temperate air, and even calm, perpetual reigned, save what the zephyrs bland breathed o'er the blue expanse. Thomson's. From Seasons, Spring. Under the yellow pines their house, when sunshine makes them all sweet-scented, and here among their furry boughs the basking west wind purr contented. Lowell. From Biglow Papers, 2nd Series, No. 10. A breeze came wandering from the sky, light as the whispers of a dream. He put the o'erhanging grasses by, and softly stooped to kiss the stream. The pretty stream, the flattered stream, the shy yet unreluctant stream. Bryant. From the Wind and the Stream. As winds come whispering lightly from the west, kissing not ruffling the blue's deep serene. Byron. From Childe Harold, Canto 2. The moaning winds of autumn sang their song. Proctor, also known as Cornwall. From A Sicilian Story. Loud wind, strong wind, sweeping o'er the mountains, fresh wind, free wind, blowing from the sea. Pour forth thy vials like stream from airy mountains, draughts of life to me. Muloch Craik. From the North Wind. I hear the wind among the trees, playing celestial symphonies. I see the branches downward bent, like keys of some great instrument. Longfellow. From A Day of Sunshine. In winter, when the dismal rain came down in slanting lines, and winds that grand old harper smote his thunder harp of pines. Smith. From A Life Drama. 'Twas when the sea was roaring with hollow blasts of wind. Gay. From The What D'ye Call't. Blow, winds, and crack your cheeks, rage, blow. Shakespeare. From King Lear, Act 3, Scene 2. The Lord descended from above and bowed the heavens high, and underneath his feet he cast the darkness of the sky. On cherubs and on cherubims full royally he rode, and on the wings of all the winds came flying all abroad. Sternhold. From Hymns, Psalm 104. Wine. Bacchus, that first from out the purple grape crushed the sweet poison of misused wine. Milton. From Comus. In courts and palaces he also reigns, and in luxurious cities where the noise of riot ascends above their loftiest towers, and injury and outrage, and when night darkens the streets, then wanders forth the sons of Belial flown with insolence and wine. Milton. From Paradise Lost, Book 1. From wine what sudden friendship springs! Gay. From the Squire and his cur. And wine can of their wits the wise beguile, make the sage frolic and the serious smile. Homer, translation of Pope, from Odyssey, Book 14. Oh, when we swallow down intoxicating wine, we drink damnation. Naked we stand, the sport of mocking fiends, who grin to see our nobler nature vanquished, subdued to beasts. Johnson, from Wife's Rake. Wisdom. By wisdom wealth is won, but riches purchased wisdom yet for none. Taylor, from The Wisdom of Ali. Oh, every thorn delightful wisdom grows, in every rill a sweet instruction flows. Young, from Love of Fame, Satire 1. In idle wishes fools supinely stay, be there a will, and wisdom finds a way. Crabbe, from The Birth of Flattery. Wealth may seek us, but wisdom must be sought. Young, from Night Thoughts, Night 8. And wisdom's self oft seeks to sweet retired solitude, where, with her best nurse, contemplation, she plumes her feathers and lets grow her wings, that in the various bustle of resort were all too ruffled and sometimes impaired. Milton, from Comus. The weak have remedies, the wise have joys. Superior wisdom is superior bliss. Young, from Night Thoughts, Night 8. Fears of the brave and follies of the wise. Johnson, from Vanity of Human Wishes. Wisdom is oft-time nearer when we stoop than when we soar. Wordsworth, from The Excursion, Book 3. To know that which before us lies in daily life is the prime wisdom. Milton, from Paradise Lost, Book 8. Good sense, which only is the gift of heaven, and though no science, fairly worth the 7. Pope, from Moral Essays, Epistle 4. Woman. What a strange thing is man, and what a stranger is woman. What a whirlwind is her head, and what a whirlpool full of depth and danger is all the rest about her. Byron, from Don Juan, Canto 9. O woman, lovely woman, nature made thee to temper man. We had been brutes without you. Angels are painted fair to look like you. There is in you all that we believe of heaven, amazing brightness, purity, and truth, eternal joy, and everlasting love. Otway, from Venice Preserved, Act 1, Scene 1. Without the smile from partial beauty won, oh, what were man? A world without a sun. Campbell, from Pleasures of Hope, Part 2. If the heart of a man is depressed with cares, the mist is dispelled when a woman appears. Gay, from The Beggar's Opera, Act 2, Scene 1. In her first passion, woman loves her lover. In all the others, all she loves is love. Byron, from Don Juan, Canto 3. Man's love is of man's life a thing apart. 'Tis woman's whole existence. Man may range the court, camp, church, the vessel, and the mart, sword, gown, gain, glory, offer in exchange, pride, fame, ambition to fill up his heart, and few there are whom these cannot estrange. Men have all these resources, we but one, to love again, and be again undone. Byron, from Don Juan, Canto 1. She is beautiful, and therefore to be wooed. She is a woman, therefore to be won. Shakespeare. From King Henry VI, Part 1, Act 5, Scene 3. Alas, the love of woman, it is known to be a lovely and fearful thing. For all of theirs upon that die is thrown, and if 'tis lost, life hath no more to bring to them but mockeries of the past atone, and their revenge is as the tiger's spring, deadly and quick and crushing, yet as real. Torture is theirs, what they inflict they feel. Byron. From Don Juan, Canto 2. We call it only pretty Fanny's way. Parnell. From an elegy to an old beauty. The fair, the chaste, and unexpressive she. Shakespeare. From As You Like It, Act 3, Scene 2. With prudes for proctors, dowagers for deans, and sweet girl graduates in their golden hair. Tennyson. From The Princess, Prologue. If ladies be but young and fair, they have the gift to know it. Shakespeare. From As You Like It, Act 2, Scene 7. Ladies like variegated tulips show, 'tis to their changes half their charms we owe. Fine by defect, and delicately weak, their happy spots the nice admirer take. Pope. From Moral Essays, Part 2. And when a lady's in the case, you know all other things give place. Gay. From The Hare and Many Friends. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick bereft of beauty. Shakespeare. From The Taming of the Shrew, Act 5, Scene 2. For several virtues have I liked several women, never any with so full soul, but some defect in her did quarrel with the noblest grace she owed, and put it to the foil. Shakespeare. From The Tempest, Act 3, Scene 1. Iago. Come on, you are pictures out of doors, bells in your parlours, wild cats in your kitchen, saints in your injuries, devils being offended, for I am nothing if not critical. Shakespeare. From Othello, Act 2, Scene 1. Had she been true, if heaven would make me such another world, of one entire and perfect chrysolite, I'd not have sold her for it. Shakespeare. From Othello, Act 5, Scene 2. Lightly thou sayest that woman's love is false, the thought is falser far. Maturin. From Bertram. But woman's grief is like a summer storm, short as it violent is. Bailey. From Basil, Act 5, Scene 3. When greater perils men environ, than women show a front of iron, and gentle in their manner they do bold things in a quiet way. English. From Betty Zane. First, then a woman will or won't depend on't. If she will do't, she will, and there's an end on't. But if she won't, since safe and sound you trust is, fear is affront, and jealousy injustice. Hill. From Epilogue to Zara. I have no other but a woman's reason. I think him so because I think him so. Shakespeare. From Two Gentlemen of Verona, Act 1, Scene 2. She hugged the offender and forgave the offence, sex to the last. Dryden. From Simon and Iphigenia. Woman may err, woman may give her mind to evil thoughts and lose her pure estate, but for one woman who affronts her kind by wicked passions and remorseless hate, 1,000 make amends in age and youth, by heavenly pity, by sweet sympathy, by patient kindness, by enduring truth, by love supremest in adversity. Mackay. From Praise of Women. Not she with traitorous kiss her Saviour stung, not she denied him with unholy tongue. She, while apostles shrank, could danger brave, last at his cross and earliest at his grave. Barrett. From Woman, Her Character and Influence. Earth's noblest thing, a woman perfected. Lowell. From Irene. Shalt show us how divine a thing a woman may be made. Wordsworth. From To a Young Lady. Her voice was ever soft, gentle, and low, an excellent thing in woman. Shakespeare. From King Lear, Act 5, Scene 3. Not stepping all the bounds of modesty. Shakespeare. From Romeo and Juliet, Act 4, Scene 2. And yet, believe me, good as well as ill, woman's at best a contradiction still. Pope. From Moral Essays, Epistle 2. For woman is not undeveloped man, but diverse could we make her as the man. Sweet love was slain, his dearest bond is this, not like to like, but like in difference. Tennyson. From The Princess, 12. Through all drama, whether damned or not, love gilds the scene and women guide the plot. Sheridan. From The Rivals, Epilogue. Youth. Bliss was it in that dawn to be alive, but to be young was very heaven. Wordsworth. From The Prelude, Book 11. O life, how pleasant in thy morning, young fancies raise the hill adorning, cold pausing, caution's lesson scorning, we frisk away, like schoolboys at the expected warning, to joy and play. Burns. From Epistle to James Smith. Oh, would I were a boy again, when life seemed formed of sunny years, and all the heart that knew of pain was wept away in transient tears. Lemon. From Oh, would I were a boy again. This morning, like the spirit of a youth that meant to be of note, begins betimes. Shakespeare. From Antony and Cleopatra, Act 4, Scene 4. Long as the year's dull circle seems to run, when the brisk miner pants for 21. Pope. From Imitations of Horace, Epistle 1, Book 1. A lovely being, scarcely formed or moulded, a rose with all its sweetest leaves yet folded. Lord Byron. From Don Juan, Canto 15. Young, gay, and fortunate, each yields a theme. And first thy youth, what says it to grey hairs? Narcissa, I'm become thy pupil now. Early, bright, transient, chaste as morning dew, she sparkled, was exhaled, and went to heaven. Young. From Night Thoughts, Night 5. This bud of lovely summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Shakespeare. From Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Scene 2. The nimble-footed madcap Prince of Wales, and his comrades that daft the world aside and bid it pass. Shakespeare. From King Henry IV, Part 1, Act 4, Scene 1. In this very May morn of his youth, ripe for exploits and mighty enterprises. Shakespeare. From King Henry V, Act 1, Scene 2. We think our fathers fools, so wise we grow. Our wiser sons, no doubt, will think us so. Pope. From an Essay on Criticism. My salad days when I was green in judgment. Shakespeare. From Antony and Cleopatra, Act 4, Scene 5. The spirit of a youth that means to be of note begins betimes. Shakespeare, from Antony and Cleopatra, Act 4, Scene 4. Returning, he proclaims by many a grace, by shrugs and strange contortions of his face, how much a dunce that has been sent to Rome excels a dunce that has been kept at home. Cowper, from The Progress of Error. Young fellows will be young fellows. Bickerstaff, from Love in a Village, Act 2, Scene 2. Young men soon give and soon forget affronts. Old age is slow in both. Addison, from Canto, Act 2. Ah, who, when fading of itself away, would cloud the sunshine of his little day? Now is the May of life careering round. Joy wings his feet, joy lifts him from the ground. Rogers, from Human Life. Our youth we can have but today, we may always find time to grow old. Berkeley, from Can Love be Controlled by Advice? Flowers are lovely, love is flower-like, friendship is a sheltering tree. Oh, the joys that come down shower-like of friendship, love, and liberty! Ere I was old, our woeful ear, which tells me youth's no longer here. Coleridge, from Youth and Age. Zeal. Zeal and duty are not slow, but on occasion's forelock watchful wait. Milton, from Paradise Regained, Book 3. For virtue's self may too much zeal be had, the worst of madmen is a saint run mad. Pope, from Satires of Horace, Sat 1, Book 2. No seared conscience is so fell as that which has been burned with zeal. For Christian charities, as well, a great impediment to zeal, as zeal's a pestilent disease to Christian charity and peace. Butler, from Miscellaneous Thoughts. Easy still it proves in factious times with public zeal to cancel private crimes. Dryden, from Absalom and Achitophel. Awake, my soul, stretch every nerve, and press with vigour on. A heavenly race demands thy zeal, and an immortal crown. Doddridge, from Zeal and Vigour in the Christian Race. End of section 61. End of the World's Best Poetry, Volume 10, Poetical Quotations.